It's 71,000 square feet of indoor training facility nirvana. Leagues, events, camps, clinics. From Big Easy SPORTSPLEX, 800 Webb Street in the Elmwood area, just off Earhart Expressway. Welcome to Louisiana baseball. And welcome back to Louisiana baseball inside the Big Easy SPORTSPLEX. Eric Ritchie alongside Joey Cabaceres as we get ready for week 2. And Joey, time of the year now where not only in the college scene are we well into now conference play, but on the high school level, district play.
Yeah, at the high school level, your season kind of takes a different approach, right? You have your preseason where you're playing a bunch of different games. They're playing for seedings as well and power rankings. And now you're getting into district play. You've kind of figured out who are the guys that can throw for you, who do I need to match up, who are some guys coming out of the pen. You've given some opportunities, some younger kids. So as a coach, when I was coaching high school ball, I loved my preseason because I needed it to figure out what district it's going to look like. Over the next 30 minutes, Joey and I break down both the collegiate and prep baseball scene in the state of Louisiana. We'll head to Lake Charles for our medical minute. We'll talk to Barb High School as well, who's got a key player that had surgery to get back on the field by Dr. Brett Cassio. But we lead off with what else? LSU and Tulane mano a mano this week at Greer Field at Turchin Stadium. Before Tulane and LSU battled on the field, a chance for one of the Green Wave's all-time greats, Andy Cannizzaro, in his first year as LSU's hitting instructor and recruiting director, to greet some of the Tulane faithful. It was the Green Wave who jumped out in front. Bottom of the first, Hunter Hope drives in Stephen Alamace with the flare to right, and Tulane led 1-0. LSU would tie it in the second, and then their hot bats picked up right where they left off in Arkansas. Connor Hale rips his shot to left. That's going to score Mark Laird, and here we go. The Tigers' leading hitter, Cade Savick, he finds the hole on the left side. Alex Bregman, come on down. In the third inning, 3 LSU runs and the Tigers led 4-1. LSU went on to bang out 19 hits on the night on their way to a 13-7 win, with Mark Laird registering his first collegiate home run coming on an inside the park job. LSU now #1 in the country in 3 separate polls.
Oh, right when I hit it, I thought he was going to catch it, and I was like, oh, tough luck. But when I saw it get down, I didn't see the ball until I was rounding second. So I tried to kick it on, and hopefully the turf helped out a little bit trying to get home.
I don't want to say, you dislike Tulane. It's just you want to beat them. They're a very good program. They obviously are well coached. They've had great players through the years, and it brings out the best in you if you're a competitor. So, listen, I think David Pierce is doing a tremendous job at Tulane, and tonight was just our night.
Coach, with everything that surrounds this game and the LSU, did you feel that it was kind of a rivalry kind of game, or did you kind of feel?
I thought the atmosphere was great. I mean, it had a playoff atmosphere, and the only thing I'm really disappointed in is we let so many people down because we just didn't perform on the mound.
So Coach Pierce and his staff at Tulane get their first kind of taste with LSU and what that means down here and what it means to Louisiana and the kids that are on his teams and the kids he's going to have to recruit. But more importantly, this guy's getting a handle on his team and his program and guiding it in the direction he's choosing for. When you look at the weekend before, when they played at their conference series, they lost 2 out of 3, rough weekend. They were losing, trailing, but then it came back with some grit. It's a very gritty team. They play the entire game. They play all 9 innings. He's got these guys really poised for doing that stuff. Some good leadership, some good young guys. So I expect a lot better things out of Tulane as you keep progressing through the year.
Joey, as for LSU, a 21-3 record heading into action this week in that Tulane game. Alex Bregman, hard to believe the young man, now a junior. What a difference a couple years makes, or does it? Listen to Paul Maneri in this story as we check in with the LSU report. When you're named the National Freshman of the Year and win the Brooks Wallace Award as the nation's best shortstop in the same season, individual accolades just don't have that much allure these days for LSU junior shortstop Alex Bregman. His focus this season is clear.
This year I'm just trying to win baseball games. The same thing as my freshman and sophomore year. I came here to just try and win baseball games, and we're fortunate enough to have done that so far. But we're looking forward now, and we're trying to win at the end of the year. So we got to get better as a team, get a lot better in every phase of the game.
You know, Eric, I honestly don't know if there is a change in him. I think he's gotten better, continued to get better as a shortstop defensively. But as far as is he a better hitter, I can't say he's a better hitter. He's a real good hitter. He's one of the best hitters in the country. He's definitely a better defensive shortstop than he was when he first got here.
No surprise that Bregman is again one of the top hitters in the conference, currently ranking in the SEC's top 5 in homers, doubles, runs batted in, and total bases. What is a bit of a surprise is that he ranks second in the SEC heading into today's action with 13 stolen bases.
Coach Canizero has been really working with a lot of us on stealing bases, and he made it a point of emphasis at the beginning of the year that we want to be an aggressive offense. When we take the fight to the other team and we put the pressure on them, it helps us out, and I think we're a complete offense when we do that. So stealing bases has been a big part of our game this year.
And there's no question that Bregman's leadership and experience is invaluable, especially to the Tigers' younger players.
You know, having someone like him as accomplished as him, just being able to, you know, follow in his footsteps and just get information from him, it's been great.
I think he's outstanding and certainly a major league shortstop. But, you know, it's been a great pleasure having him in our program, and it's going to be a sad day when he's finished.
So we all kind of expect Bregman to be really top 5, top 10 in the nation, all kinds of offensive numbers, from power to, you know, on-base percentage to slugging. He can swing the bat. But one of the things he's done this year that he's already surpassed his stolen base totals from last year, and we're not even, you know, halfway through the season. And one of the guys I know at LSU really well is Andy Canizero. He's their new hitting coach, works with all the hitters, all the base runners. And the thing about Andy that I will always remember, and I use his name a lot even when I'm talking to little kids, is that he was unbelievably aware when he got on the bases. He knew what pitchers could do, what they couldn't do, and he had kind of his own style without breaking his team's rule about how he wanted to get off the bag, what he wanted to do, what he was looking for. Some teams will tell you, hey, we're just going to straight up shuffle, and start moving around. Other teams will tell you, no, we want more of a walking league, just relax, stay to the back of the bag, walk about, head, you know, stay relaxed, be able to jump back. Andy Canizero is going to allow guys to play to their strengths, especially here. And in the era of BB core bats, and you're not going to hit 100 home runs as a team and all this other good stuff, you have to be able to get to second base. You got to get in scoring position because the base hit has to score a run. So when you watch Bregman the rest of this year, watch his body language, watch what he looks like. Then watch other LSU guys, and then do this, watch other guys as well from other teams. I guarantee you're going to see a little more confidence, a little more relaxed nature out of these guys, and that's I'm going to give a lot of credit right there to Andy Canizero.
Time now for our first break here on Louisiana Baseball. Later in the show, we head to Lake Charles for our medical minute. But coming up next, we'll check in with the Ragin' Cajuns and the Colonels down on the Bayou. Louisiana Baseball is brought to you by Big Easy Sportsplex, by Royal Honda, AMG Specialty Hospital, and by orthopedic specialist Dr. Brett Cassio.
Big Easy Sportsplex in Elmwood is a 71,000 square foot membership-based indoor sports and fitness center. And it's not just for pros like former LSU star Chad Jones.
I'm a member because my daughter and I can train at the same time here at Big Easy Sportsplex.
I'm a member because while I'm getting ready for my season, my son can do the same.
With membership packages available for families and individuals, stop by and tell us. Why are you a member?
Giving you a great deal is what makes Royal Honda #1 in the greater New Orleans area. Visit us on Veterans in Metairie and RoyalHonda.com.
Royal Honda, the dealership that's different.
Hi, I'm Greg Walter. I'm Tommy Meyer.
And I am Ray Trosclair. We are private wealth advisors with Ameriprise Financial. We believe that your success is not only measured by your financial well-being, but how confident you are about your future.
No matter what your financial dreams are, our mission is to help you reach your financial goals through a personal relationship based on knowledgeable advice.
Let our team at Walters, Meyer, Trosclair & Associates help you feel more confident about your financial future.
Calipari was asked what was the difference between Kentucky's basketball team last year and this year, and he said one thing and one thing only: experience. Yet he's got some of the best players in the country from last year's team, but the difference maker is that experience, and there's only one way you get it in this business: that's to come out here and get on the field and hook it up and get in the middle of the things and see where you're at.
Coach Robichaux talking a little March Madness, bringing us back from break. Welcome back to the Big Easy Sportsplex. Eric Ritchie here with Louisiana baseball. It's time now to check in with our Ragin' Cajun report, and for that we go to Ronnie Rance, who has one of those seniors that Coach Robichaux was talking about. The UL Lafayette Report is brought to you by AMG Specialty Hospital.
Well, Tony Robichaux has talked about having veteran leadership and guys that have been with the program a long time, kind of leading the way for the Ragin' Cajuns this year. Well, Tyler Gerard, a Lafayette hometown boy who played his high school ball at Turlings Catholic, has been doing just that throughout his career. The designated hitter and third baseman has made some nice plays defensively this past week and has done it throughout his career.
My name's Tyler Gerard. I'm a fifth-year senior, and I play third base. Oh, man, it's awesome. I grew up, a Ragin' Cajun fan, and I've always wanted to be a Cajun. I didn't really want to go anywhere else, and this is the only place I really wanted to be. I like third base because I don't really have to move my feet too much. I'm kind of a one-step and a dive kind of guy. My approach to the plate is just being on time and on top of the fastball, just getting inside of it and trying to hit it to the opposite field. And if it shows up in, just reacting and hitting it there. I like to have fun on the field. It is a game, and I think that it should be played and it should be fun for you, so I like to have a lot of fun on the field, but also like to do the little things right. I like to hustle on and off the field and things like that, and hustle to the best of my ability. My nickname is Shug. Shug. S-H-U-G. I was at Turlings Catholic, my high school, and it was Coach Tully. He was our pitching coach at Turlings, and it was going into my freshman year. He said that I reminded him of someone that he had played with in high school or ball when he was younger, and the nickname just stuck.
Well, after the Ragin' Cajuns have been on the road for the past 2 weekends, they finally come back to Teague-Moore Field to take on the Arkansas State Red Wolves this weekend in Sunbelt action. Next week, UL heads to New Orleans to take on the LSU Tigers over in Metairie at Zephyr Field. That should be a good one in the annual Wally Pontiff Jr. Classic. You can watch it on CST. Now let's go to the Big Easy Sportsplex. Here's Joey.
The UL Lafayette Report is brought to you by AMG Specialty Hospital.
Thanks, Ronnie. Look, one of my favorite guys in my life that was really a mentor to me was a guy named Billy Fitzgerald at Newman High School. He was a head basketball coach, baseball coach, AD, and retired just recently in the last couple of years. But Billy Fitz used to always tell me that, Joey, look, your seniors and your juniors, they have to get it done for you. And that's at the high school level, but in the college level, it's true too. And what I took from that is your freshmen are going to cause problems, right? Your sophomores should be kind of problem neutral. Your juniors should be able to also be problem neutral and help mentor some of those guys. And then your seniors almost have to be like quasi-coaches. And I think what you're finding at ULL right now is Coach Robichaux is allowing those seniors and allowing those juniors, those experienced players, to fall into those roles. Because remember, you don't show up a senior, you show up a freshman. And so you allow the team to grow, you allow those things to happen, and sometimes you take it on the chin, but other times, at the end of the year especially, you see it was all worth it. After a third consecutive heartbreaking loss for these guys, their seniors and juniors stepped up and led the way. You also had a freshman that got into the mix in Gunnar Leger, who I personally know did some work without a barb last year. Nice left-hander that keeps the ball in his zone. But those older guys, they took a leadership role, they stepped up, and they got it done. And that takes the clubhouse and it calms everything down. Hey, we lost 3 in a row, kind of heartbreaking, kind of tough, but we have a whole season ahead of us. And that's really what the college model and pro model is very different from the high school model.
Joey, another team that continues to grow up is Nichols. Losing a doubleheader to start a conference series at Sam Houston State, once again, the veterans led this team to a Sunday victory and at least a win coming back home to Thibodaux. Time now to check in with the Nichols Report. The Nichols Report is brought to you by Ortho LA, Ameriprise Financial, and by YKM Consulting.
Welcome to the Nichols Report. This week we are focused really heavy on southeastern Louisiana, big 3-game Southern Conference series with our rival, a great program over there in Hammond. We're excited about being able to host 2 baseball games at home, our Friday game and our Sunday games at home. We go on the road to Hammond on Saturday. Had a really big win against Sam Houston, the 3-time defending conference champion and regional participant the last 3 years. For us to be able to get out of there with a big win on Sunday was really important. We turned 4 really big double plays in some heated moments. We got a really good start from Justin Sinibaldi. Ryan Deems came in and really shut the door on a really hot hitting team there. And for us to get to our, the conference saves leader, Stuart Holmes, there at the end, he made some big time pitches in some clutch situations. We got out of 2 jams with some big double plays. I was very pleased with the way we played on Sunday. But this week's report, we're going to really focus on right-handed pitcher Ryan Deems, the Southland leader in ERA, and one of our true leaders, a really passionate guy that works extremely hard, one guy that really holds his team accountable, and he's hungry for the most success possible. Really want to focus in on him and excited to have him today.
Ryan Deems, senior at Nicholls State University, pitcher. As far as a pitcher on the mound, I describe myself as a competitor and a hard-nosed guy that likes to attack the hitters. This year's team is trying to, the leaders, seniors are just trying to bred into the younger guys how winning goes around here and how we like to play baseball. I went to high school at Holy Cross in New Orleans, pitching the Catholic League. Nice division to pitch in Louisiana. Tough competitors, and I think it brought myself up to where I am today. I have 3 pitches, and one is a 4-seam fastball. The second is the slider, and the third is the circle change. My setup pitch is always my 4-seam fastball. I try to get it run in on the outside plate or run it into inside plate. Then with lefties, I like to come with the changeup after. Then righties, I like to come with the 2-pitch, 2-strike slider, get them out pitch or just a gimme over pitch with the slider. What I do well as a pitcher, I believe, is getting ahead in the counter earlier, getting my command down, and when I need to spot the balls where I need to spot them, I spot them. The remainder of the season, we just got to stay on track and continue to play our ball. And as long as we do that, and I believe that we could make it pretty far with this team.
Good job, Ryan Deems. This week, again, I want to remind you about a big Southland Conference matchup with 2 great South Louisiana programs, Nicholls State University, us against Southeastern Louisiana University. Again, Friday here, Sunday here, Saturday on the road at Hammond. So, big weekend for us. Again, I want to thank our proud sponsors, Ortho, LA. I want to thank Ameriprise Financial and YKM. Back to you, Joey.
Nicholls State heading into a big conference weekend for them. They got to play Southeastern right up the road. It's kind of a weird schedule for those guys. I mean, you're so close to that team in conference. Southeastern's number 1 in the conference as well right now. One of the things that I look at from the outsider looking in is that these teams also compete for a lot of local kids for their programs. So this series, it's not just about a win or a loss. It's not just about getting ahead in the standings. There's going to be recruits at these games. This is kind of bragging rights stuff. People go to these games to watch how the coaches act with their players, how the players interact with each other. So this is actually a big weekend. You want your team, if you're both teams, to show up. But if you're Nicholls State, you have to show up this weekend. You have to show up. You have to win every pitch, and you have to take it, right to heart.
Time for another break here in Louisiana baseball. When we return, we go from the college scene to the high school level, where district play gets underway. We'll zero in on the Catholic League when Louisiana baseball rolls on.
When it comes to you or a loved one facing a long-term stay in a hospital, there are other long-term acute care hospitals, and then there is AMG Specialty Hospital. AMG Specialty Hospital is a long-term acute care hospital known as a LTAC. We are designed to give care to patients who require an extended hospital stay. AMG Specialty Hospital focuses on putting our patients first, which is why 90% of our specialty hospital patients and their families would recommend us to others. Other LTACs will care for you. AMG Specialty Hospital will care about you. AMG is committed to delivering quality health care to our patients within the communities we serve. Go ahead, ask your doctor which LTAC hospital they would trust most for their own loved ones. If you're looking for a pretty hospital, they're out there. But if you're looking for the best long-term acute care hospital with great patient care, AMG is proudly serving 8 locations in Louisiana and 7 other locations within the United States. So when the best care is as close as this, there's absolutely no reason to go to any LTAC other than AMG's healthcare management for complex medical needs.
Hi, I'm Greg Walter.
I'm Tommy Meyer.
And I am Ray Trosclair. We are private wealth advisors with Ameriprise Financial. We believe that your success is not only measured by your financial well-being, but how confident you are about your future.
No matter what your financial dreams are, our mission is to help you reach your financial goals through a personal relationship based on knowledgeable advice.
Let our team at Walters Meyer Trosclair & Associates help you feel more confident about your financial future.
Big Easy Sportsplex in Elmwood is a 71,000 square foot membership-based indoor sports and fitness center. And it's not just for pros like former LSU star Chad Jones.
I'm a member because my daughter and I can train at the same time here at Big Easy Sportsplex.
I'm a member because while I'm getting ready for my season, my son can do the same.
With membership packages available for families and individuals, stop by and tell us, why are you a member?
Giving you a great deal is what makes Royal Honda #1 in the greater New Orleans area. Visit us on Veterans in Metairie and RoyalHonda.com.
Royal Honda, the dealership that's different.
High school baseball gets into district play this week. We're going to play a little rapid fire on Louisiana baseball. Joey Cabaceras, are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready. Go ahead.
Let's roll. We zero in on the Catholic League. We start with the Rummel Raiders.
It's about putting it all together for those guys. At the end of the day, they got to open up with Jesuit and Brother Martin coming out the gate, and that's going to be two pretty tough games.
The Shaw Eagles, now in year 3 of the Kirk Bollinger era.
They're learning Kirk Bollinger baseball. They're in their 3rd year, so this is his team. They have his identity. So that's an exciting team to watch.
Brother Martin, those Crusaders have to replace 7 starters.
Coach Wiz is one of my favorite guys, just in general, because he really does not care about anything else but what's going on right there for that team. And plus, Brother Martin's loaded. They have Keegan Gillies, who just came back, 6'8" righty we worked with. He throws 86 to 88 consistently. Jaconi, Blair Frederick is a signee with LSU. They're loaded as well.
St. Aug Purple Knights, a team that battled through a rough non-district schedule. They just got beat by Carr, but that's no gimme. Carr's beating everybody right now. They're playing well, but St. Aug, give us your Purple Knight thought.
St. Aug's always one of those teams that just scares the heck out of you, right? Because you go into the game thinking, okay, we have more players than them. We have more baseball in our background than these guys. But then they show up and get on the field and they can play.
Holy Cross, a team who's coming off a 19-inning day in that Hahnville tournament. They won extra innings with West Ouachita, a 12-inning game. This is a team who's 11-7 and figures to be very tough this year.
11-7, don't let the record fool you. These guys can throw it, they can pick it, and they can hit it.
And we leave last, but certainly not least, his alma mater, the Jesuit Blue Jays.
Jesuit is absolutely loaded, and it's not like when I was in high school. I mean, I was a 4-year starter, and I don't know if that can happen again at Jesuit High School, because if I was a freshman right now at Jesuit, I don't think I'd play on the varsity looking at what they have. So I never saw that team get 2 up or 2 down. To me, that's a scary team to play.
Time for us to take another break here in Louisiana baseball. Nice job, rapid fire. Joey Cabaceras getting it done on the Catholic League. When we return, our medical minute, we'll head to Lake Charles and check in with Joey's former catcher. We're back after this.
Big Easy Sportsplex in Elmwood is a 71,000 square foot membership-based indoor sports and fitness center. And it's not just for pros like former LSU star Chad Jones.
I'm a member because my daughter and I can train at the same time here at Big Easy Sportsplex.
I'm a member because while I'm getting ready for my season, my son can do the same.
With membership packages available for families and individuals, stop by and tell us, why are you a member?
Time now for our medical minute here on Louisiana baseball. And Joey, before we head to Lake Charles, I want you to listen to a player from the Barb baseball team who underwent surgery from Dr. Cassio, and also the head coach of the national championship Barb Bucks, to let you know just who we're dealing with our medical minute.
Very special guy.
I was playing in Florida, and I took a swing and I felt something pop in my shoulder, and I knew right when I swung that something was wrong, so I had to go into Dr. Cassio's office. And they actually MRI'd it, and they found a minor tear in my shoulder labrum, my left shoulder. So they said I could either play with the pain or they could fix it, which was the best option because it was really hurting. So I went in there and he fixed me up, he patched me up, and everything feels great now. And I went to physical therapy, out full range of motion, and he worked wonders for me. I wouldn't be able to play without it.
Dr. Cassio is a personal friend, and I think he's the best in the business. His resume speaks for itself. I mean, John Hopkins, undergraduate at Duke. He did his residency at the Stedman Clinic. You know, that's pretty impressive. But he's as good a doctor as he is, he's a better person. He's always there for us. I got him on speed dial, and he'll always work our guys in. But he did a great job with our boys.
Let's head to Lake Charles now. Dr. Cassio, thanks again for doing it. We're in week 2, right? We're going to talk a little bit about Braden Como. Tell us a little bit what your practice meant to that kid and him moving forward.
Well, Braden, when he came to me, he couldn't play anymore. A large aspect of his game was base running. He could, he hits the cover off the ball, but once he got on base, he stole bases. That was a part of the game he loved. He can read pitchers and steal second all the time when he wanted. But at the level that Braden was playing at, he couldn't play at the level he wanted to play because he lost his speed. When we make the diagnosis of a labrum tear, we try to treat that without surgery, but some players like Braden, they just can't make it back out there because the tear's too big. We were able to, in Braden, fix the shape of his bone structure through 2 small poke holes and fix his labrum tear, and we got him back out on the field.
Brett, thanks again. Now next week gets exciting. We get in a 2-part series talking about Tommy John. Everybody wants to know about this stuff, from little kids to pros. Excited about the next 2 weeks.
Giving you a great deal is what makes Royal Honda #1 in the greater New Orleans area. Visit us on Veterans in Metairie and RoyalHonda.com.
Royal Honda, the dealership that's different.
Big Easy Sportsplex in Elmwood is a 71,000 square foot membership-based indoor sports and fitness center.
I'm a member because my daughter and I can train at the same time here at Big Easy Sportsplex.
I'm a member because while I'm getting ready for my season, my son can do the same.
With membership packages available for families and individuals, stop by and tell us, why are you a member?
We're back here at Big Easy Sportsplex, and we're sitting with Christopher Chin. He is the president, chef of GNO, a homeschool group. And you might be wondering, why do we have a homeschool group on Louisiana baseball, and why are they Big Easy Sportsplex? We're going to let Christopher kind of talk to us about that. So tell us a little bit about Chef of GNO.
Well, Chef of GNO is a local Christian homeschool group. We just help support the homeschool community in the greater New Orleans area.
Right, and a lot of people would wonder, well, okay, well, why are they on a Louisiana baseball show? But there's so many misperceptions about homeschool, right? We talk about this a lot. And if you look at some of the local kids that play high school ball and college ball, we have those similar athletes in the homeschool entity as well, right?
That's correct.
If you don't mind, talk to us a little about some of those guys, like the Arceri brothers who played, and then also even some of the more elaborate misperceptions of homeschool.
Well, I think what happens is a lot of people think homeschooling is just kids trapped at home, and that's not true. What happens is it's parents that are taking their kids out and about, living life, and one thing is sports. And the Big Easy Sportsplex gives us that opportunity to add value to our families.
Right. So what we've done here is we've become almost the PE, for homeschool, right?
Yeah, they're the home for homeschool sports.
Yeah, there it is. And we talked a second ago about the Arceri brothers, Hosanna Arceri, and I think it's Izzy Arceri.
Yep, that's right.
And excellent ball players. One's still in high school playing right now, and the other one played some college baseball. But real quick, you can be homeschooled and also play for a local high school, correct?
That's correct. In fact, the laws just changed a couple of years ago where the principal now has a decision-making ability to allow homeschoolers to play for their schools.
That's a fantastic opportunity for some of those kids.
Yep.
And it speaks volumes to where we're moving as a culture for a lot of kids. We started Big Easy Sportsplex with a mission statement of really baseball. We obviously expanded to basketball and golf and everything else, and a performance expert. But the idea was we needed to provide a place for children to play, a safe environment, and grow into it and give parents those resources as well. I think we couldn't align better with anyone other than Chef. You guys do a great job. I love watching you guys in here do your stuff. I love being a part of it when I can. And we're just extremely happy to have you a part of this and part of the show.
Yep. Thanks so much.
Joey and Christopher, thanks. That'll do it for another edition of Louisiana Baseball. But remember, if you got a youngster that wants to join a league 2 through 8, you can still do it right here at the Big Easy Sportsplex. Check out the website, call the number on the screen, or just stop by to find out more information. That will do it for now. I'm Eric Ritchie for Louisiana Baseball. Good night, everyone. Royal Honda, it's the official vehicle of Ritchie on Sports.